Today we're going to demonstrate the application process for the amazing Reflect-A-Coat Headlight Restoration Kit. As you may know, most headlights are now made of plastic composite material with a protective laminate film over the lens. Unfortunately, due to internal heat from the light bulb and damaging rays from the sun, this laminate film starts to oxidize, leaving a cloudy film. The Reflect-A-Coat program is available in two convenient packages: a single-use kit, good for one pair of headlights, and a bulk kit, enough to service a minimum of 40 vehicles. The single application kit contains all the products necessary to perform one service. Included are a 1-ounce bottle of lens prep to be used during the sanding process, a 1-ounce bottle of lens coating to be used in applying the new laminate coat on the headlight, 1 pair of protective gloves, 2 lint-free towels used when cleaning debris and solution from the surface of the headlight, 1 sandpaper packet containing 4 sheets of 400 grit, 1 sheet of 1000 grit, and 1 sheet of 2000 grit sandpaper, all used during the refinishing process, 1 foam tip applicator, 2 alcohol moist towelettes used to prep the lens prior to coating, and 1 instruction sheet written in both English and Spanish. The bulk kit contains all the products necessary to perform a minimum of 40 services. Included are 2 8-ounce bottles of lens prep, bottle 1, to be used during the sanding process, 2 8-ounce bottles of lens cleaner, bottle 2, to be used with a microfiber towel after the sanding process, 2 8-ounce bottles of lens coating to be used in applying the new laminate coating on the headlight, 1 box of protective gloves, 8 microfiber lint-free towels used when cleaning debris and solution from the surface of the headlight, 40 packets of sandpaper, each containing 4 sheets of 400 grit, 1 sheet of 1000 grit, and 1 sheet of 2000 grit sandpaper, all used during the refinishing process, 1 bag containing 40 foam tip applicators, and 1 laminated instruction sheet written in both English and Spanish. It is important to inspect the headlight to determine if it can be serviced. Severely scratched, gouged, or cracked lenses, or lenses which contain moisture or internal discoloration, are not suitable. Reflect-A-Coat's unique 3-step process removes the oxidized film, polishes the lens, and applies a new protective UV-resistant coating. The process can easily be performed in less than 20 minutes per headlight. Here's how the process works. For best results, the restoration process should be performed in a clean, dry, and dust-free area. The area to be serviced should be protected from incidental damage, which may result from the sanding process. To reduce cleanup time and avoid damage, you may wish to mask off surrounding areas and leading edges of adjacent body panels. It is important to mention that this process is not intended for use on glass headlights. To start, apply a generous amount of No. 1 lens prep to the lens. Using 400 grit wet sanding paper, vigorously sand the oxidized area of the lens, using the No. 1 lens prep as lubrication and an oxidation remover. Sand in an even manner, switching between vertical and horizontal patterns. Continue sanding with medium pressure until the oxidized laminate is removed. Use a lint-free towel to wipe the lens clean of any sanding residue. The lens should now be free of any leftover lamination. The lens will appear dull but smooth. Make sure all oxidized material is removed before proceeding. Repeat the sanding process with 1000 grit wet sanding paper. Once again, make sure lens prep is applied to the lens as a lubricant. Sand with the 1000 grit sandpaper until larger scratches from the 400 grit paper are removed, taking approximately 3 to 4 minutes. For the final step, continue sanding the lens with 2000 grit wet sandpaper. Apply additional lens prep to the lens if needed. This step should take approximately 3 to 4 minutes. At this point, repeat step 3. Using a lint-free towel, wipe off excess sanding residue from the lens and surrounding areas. It is important to leave the lens completely dry and free of any residue or surface contaminants that could affect application of the coating. Depending on the type of kit being used, either apply No. 2 lens cleaner to the lens and wipe the surface with a clean lint-free towel, or perform this final wipe down with one of the pre-soaked alcohol towelettes supplied in the kit. For best results, No. 3 lens coating should be applied in a clean, dry, and dust-free area. Start by shaking the bottle of lens coating and then apply to the leading edge of the foam applicator brush until uniformly saturated. Moving left to right at the top of the headlight, apply lens coating across the full length of the headlight in a thick, even coat. Move down and repeat, overlapping about 1/8 inch until the entire headlight is covered. Try to smooth out any large runs or lines to achieve an even finish. Even though the lens coating has leveling agents, some practice may be required to achieve the ideal finish. For larger lenses, you may need to add more lens coating to the foam applicator brush. The coating should become tack-free in approximately 30 to 45 minutes, depending upon surrounding temperature. Reflect-A-Coat will completely cure within 24 hours. In colder weather, or to accelerate dry time, you can either start the vehicle and turn the high beam headlights on, or use a heat gun or air blower. Make sure the heat gun is not held any closer than 4 inches from the lens. During the drying cycle, make every effort to prevent rain, dust, silicones, and other chemicals from touching the lens. If for some reason there is a problem with the finish during the dry cycle, you can remove the coating with No. 2 lens cleaner as long as the coating has not dried completely. You can then repeat the lens coating application step. The Reflect-A-Coat process is now complete. Keep in mind that Reflect-A-Coat is a repair process intended to restore the surface of the lens to a clear finish. It is common for existing chips or internal imperfections of the lens to be visible after the process. The main point is that the lens is now clear, light output is improved, and the vehicle's appearance has been enhanced.